Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark. Is this still a spring movie? Sure. Yeah. Spring movies!
I'm Brian, and I like Hallmark. It's still spring movies!
I'm Dan, and I despise, yes, it is still spring movies. And this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hello, everybody.
boy.
Especially shouting out our friend Lars.
Lard?
Lars.
Lars?
It's It's Lars's bar mitzvah.
Lars's
today.
bar mitzvah.
Oh,
It's a
man.
Lars mitzvah.
It's a Lars mitzvah. Very excited for
we
him.
got word from producer Aaron that it's spring through next week's movies.
Yeah, that's right.
Which once again renders the preview episode situation we have going completely.
We do it by the month, not
moot.
by the
That's
season.
You got to get ahead of it
That's
sometimes.
not how we used to do it.
It's how we do it now.
Things change.
Because the
Yeah,
seasons...
things do change. Sometimes for the better, sometimes not. 12 preview episodes.
Preview always.
Well, not 12, way more. Because of the dumb Christmas ones. We do 6 of those.
we don't do 6 Christmas ones.
We do 3 or 4 Hallmarks. We do a Lifetime. We do a Netflix. We do 6.
Yeah.
Okay, we do 6.
Maybe, no, I was saying maybe that's too little.
Maybe that's not enough.
Maybe we do 8.
And those are hefty episodes.
Hefty.
Dan, you're the only one in the world that doesn't like preview episodes.
think
People adore
I'm the
them.
only one in the world.
in the world.
You've pulled
If there
everyone
is
in the
one
world.
other person
You sent out a
listening
Google
to
sheet?
this,
A Google poll?
email me.
no,
Dan
email
at
hello.
Hallmark.
Dan's gonna make up a fake email.
But then
hello
if
at
you
the.
email hello, producer Aaron could hide it.
No, Aaron wouldn't do
She
that.
wouldn't.
Why are you questioning the umption?
Email hello. Umbrage.
Taking
of-
umbrage.
Is producer
of
Aaron
Aaron.
taking umbrage at
Yes.
what I just said? Instead of showing umbrage.
You gotta show it
You're
first.
questioning her umbrage.
I'm just saying, no one's questioning anyone's umbrage.
It sounds like you're questioning the
Her
umbrage.
umbrage is,
No
is
one's
in the
questioning
corner over
umbrage.
there, all curled up.
I'm just saying, email hello and BCC Dan at Deck the Hallmark.
What are they emailing about again?
If they don't like the preview
Don't
episodes.
like. I'd love to hear.
One person
Just one.
that sees the preview
Guys.
episode pop up and go,
Relatively speaking,
what was that? What was
Already?
We have our first response.
Wow.
in the chat,
Oh,
okay.
two
In the
responses.
chat, we're going to get a bunch of preview shows of the best.
Just say the people are speaking. The people's voice needs
Oh,
to be heard.
are you about to say?
count?
Are you about to say that the double deckers, the people that
No.
give us their hard-earned money
Yeah.
at BrainwellGenPlus.com,
Don't
don't matter?
Go ahead.
Double
Let 'em
deckers
finish.
are wonderful.
Let 'em finish.
But they represent a fraction of the listening public. I expect them to like the preview episodes, not everyone.
So what you're saying is that their opinion doesn't matter as
No.
much.
That is what he's saying. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
like once you
It's not what I'm saying.
Once you buy Dan is smack, it doesn't matter as much.
Once you buy Dan is a smack.
Once you buy Dan's Smack, what you guys don't know is that when you join Braille Jam Plus, you pay for Dan's Smack addiction.
Wow.
Oh, I'm
Wow.
addicted to smack.
Yeah.
Wow. We went a long
Man,
way.
that we did.
Once you buy Dan's Smack, he doesn't care about your
It's
opinion
a-
anymore.
it's all that
I may
umbrage she's
show
in.
you some umbrage later. Yeah.
He
can't tell.
he is only everyone knows this about you, Dan. You're only in relationships till you get your Smack.
That's right.
You've said
I'm
that.
out.
Yeah, you haven't talked to me in years.
That's right. No, we don't
And
have
I'm
you do-
not buying you anymore.
One more time. Come on.
This time's different.
Yeah, Seth, what do you need, bud?
Yeah, you guys need anything?
We don't.
Man, Seth, we're
Seth,
full
we
of
started the
Smack, I thought
show.
you might need
We got
anything.
Seth, we started the show already.
You full up on drinks?
We're
Sure.
full. I got my
drinks.
coffee.
You need more coffee?
No,
top
no.
off?
Brian's
You need
got his
top off?
coffee.
No top
Aaron,
offs today,
Aaron, do you
Seth.
need anything from Seth?
You
I
guys
need my
need
coffee, too.
anything?
Okay, Aaron's got her coffee. Seth, we don't need
I can
anything.
top you off real quick.
And
Well,
Seth,
I
you
think
can't.
Top off
No,
real quick.
Seth, you can't
You guys
pop.
need anything?
Seth, you can't pop around the corner when we're already doing the show. You hear us doing the show,
I just
Seth.
need one more thing.
What?
You guys need anything?
We
Come
don't
on,
need anything,
Seth.
Seth.
Man.
Good
Man,
Louise.
between my smack addiction and Seth, how do we get anything done around here?
We don't.
Yeah,
we
that's
don't.
the thing.
If this is your first episode, I'm sorry.
Yeah. See what a couple of things here, just to pull back to curtain. Dan doesn't have a smack addiction. Seth is real though.
Seth is real.
He's hanging around the corner all
He
the
is
time.
He's
always asking
just,
if we need
he's
anything.
just got to like.
And you know what the problem is? Early on, is we took him up on it. Like I'd be
You're
like,
too
"Right, bring
nice.
me a,
Well,
bring me a
that's
soda
great. Yeah.
water."
Too nice.
And that was the problem.
But he
is
does-
he found some fulfillment.
He does
there
one of
in
these
that.
ones. Aaron, can you go to my camera real quick?
About to
Because he
take
just kind of
umbrage.
does what he does. This one. He does this one when he goes around the
Yeah.
corner. It's
Right
just
around the
with
corner.
with his eyes.
Yep. That's a really good Seth impression.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll do the voice real quick.
Okay, let's-
real quick.
You guys need anything?
Sorry, I was a little bit off.
It's that AV.
Hold on.
visual.
I think that's what Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron, straighten those out. would you?
Straighten it up, tie it up.
Sync
tie it up.
those up.
Come on, Aaron.
Get it
You're
in
a
post.
pro.
Get it in post.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
You guys need.
All right, real quick.
Friend, you're like a ventriloquist.
Guys, I don't know. File is paid for itself. File.tv says DTH. All right, here we go. Ready? Are you ready?
Hold on,
This is gonna be good.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Go to
the
camera
shot.
2, Aaron. Dang it.
Man, you can't
Here
see
we go.
audio.
Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
You guys need anything?
I mean,
Man, that sounds just like him.
it's like looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
Hearts in the game. Hearts in the game. April 29th, 2023.
Gotta get your heart in the game.
Gotta get your heart in the game. Gotta get your heart in the game. This is starring the Pink Ranger, Erin Cahill.
That's right.
She'll always be our Pink Ranger. And the guy from that one movie that we saw that one time.
Yeah.
Um,
Taste of Italy.
Taste of Italy.
Nope. That's not it.
Just give me.
Right in front of me.
Right in front of me. And one of those. What's his?
Shoot for the stars.
Shoot for the.
Not Taste of Italy. I'm getting word. That's
Shoot from the hip. Shoot from the hip. The guy from Shoot from the Hip. Hearts in the game. April 29th, 2023. One of those something like this. Meet Hazel Miller. Hazel Miller. She's a hot shot publicist. She wears all pink. She's in an awesome suit, and she is helping a famous vegan get out of the biggest cheeseburger scandal since the VeggieTales song. Cheeseburger. Because the
You proud
cheeseburger
of that?
place was
is.
closed. It was closed. He wanted his
Denny's
cheeseburger,
opens tomorrow
but
at 10.
Burger Bell was
That's right.
closed.
Yeah, Denny's.
We then meet Diego Vasquez. He's he's an MLB pitcher in desperate need of some PR spin after freezing in Game 7 of the World Series. The New York Mets are considering him, but they say this to his agent: we need some positive press first.
The Mets have been waiting on positive press for years. Am I right? Okay.
So they say, we're interested in you. We think we still got it. We believe in you. But you can't just be coming in here all willy-nilly. We need some good stuff.
More important than skills.
So they call up Hazel, and Hazel comes down to meet with a client. But when she finds out that is Diego, she's like, no dice here. We find out that apparently they went to high school together. They had a thing, and apparently he broke up with her on prom night, Brian.
Man,
On prom night.
takes me right back.
Takes you right back.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Did you break up or did you get broken up?
with on prom night.
I did the breaking up on prom night.
Did you really?
No, not really. No, I almost did ruin a prom night because I was sick, and so
Okay.
I was like
Sick.
considering
I
not
got
going.
you, yeah.
And I was basically told, "You're not calling to tell me we're not going to prom because you're sick." Click. It's like, okay, I guess I'm going to prom.
You went to the prom sick.
Sick.
I was on the tail end of it, so I was very weak and still like kind of recuperate.
What did you have?
I forget, like a flu problem.
Did you have
Yeah.
the kissing virus?
It was the mono.
Did you have mono?
It was something that weakened me for about a week.
I feel like Brian may have started COVID.
That's actually how I
that
heard
from
that.
that?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's
It
what I
was a
heard.
rough time.
Everybody's arguing about it. We just got to the bottom of it.
Congrats, guys.
So apparently, though, her friend Jax, co-worker, employee, etc.,
assistant, yeah.
but all around good person, is a Mets fan and convinces her to bring Diego on as a client. So they head back to their hometown, the Midwest. They're from the Midwest. We talk about the Midwest.
Hey, they're like
from
good Midwesterners.
The Midwesterns.
They're Midwesterners.
They go to Ohio, OH!
Aaron.
It's a fun thing to say.
It is, but if you're not from there,
But it's a fun thing to say.
oh, you're a little
Yes,
bit late.
you got it, though. You got it. So
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. I got caught up in the moment.
she calls up a reporter that she has a relationship with, and
You
is
need
like,
a PR person now to straighten that out for
Yeah,
you.
that's really good.
Yeah.
Calls up a-
Ohioans are going to be real upset.
"Who is?
Ohioans.
Oh,
It's not Ohio
OH.
Nights.
Oh.
So she
Boy.
calls up a reporter that she has a good relationship with, and is like, "Hey, I know you're from the Midwest. Come to Ohio. I'll get you the big interview. I'll get you the scoop. This is the ungettable get, and I got it. So come on out here, do the interview, and then you can tell everybody about how amazing I am as a publicist. So he's like, okay, I will do this interview. She leaves out the part where she's basically told the reporter that she can ask about Game 7. She's like, we're gonna ease into it. Her whole thing is like, by the end of it, he'll be ready to talk. Yeah. But we'll find out. I'm not gonna give anything away here right now. He's not gonna get talk. So there's also here in Ohio, she sees her old best friend. They're not friends anymore because Hazel picked her job over her wedding. And so she was like, oh, it's all about work for you. We're not friends anymore. You're fired. Your friendship fired. But they talk and they make up, and she is going to have one of her big parties. So you and Diego should come to the party. And they go to the party, and it is a rager. There is hand holding. There is dancing to Ace of Base. There's a lot of serious stuff. So Hazel and Diego decide to bounce and kind of go do their own thing, which leads them to a little baseball throwy, also leads them to a little more hand holdy, and it leads to him opening up about what actually happened way back when. Apparently his mom, who has passed away...
Don't talk about his mom.
Don't talk about his mom, I know that. But I need to let everybody that's listening know what happened.
But if you could do so without talking about his mom, that would be great.
So his wow upside down has passed.
Did you just insinuate his... I don't think you would do that, right?
No, I wouldn't talk about it.
We're not talking about his mom.
Yeah.
No. And so apparently on prom night is the night that he found out that his birther.
His birther?
I don't know, man.
Is someone asking for his birth certificate? Does someone think Diego Vasquez is not from the Midwest?
He found out that his mom was dying on prom night, so he ducked out of prom. And she's like, had I known that, you got a birther. Had I known that, this wouldn't have been a big thing. I wanted, I totally understand. And then he says, get this also, Game 7, World Series. I see a mom in the crowd. Freaked me out. I was like, I didn't know other moms existed. So this was pretty big for him, and that's why he froze in Game 7 of the World Series, because he saw a mom that looked similar to his mom, but his mom's dead. And so he's like, this was really hard for me, blah, blah, blah. So she helps him out, and they have wonderful kissy time, big kissy time. They nothing else happens. They fall asleep on the couch, all above board. She wakes up the next day and helps pack up all of his mom's old stuff, which I thought was going to be problematic. Turns out he wanted it the whole time. He loved that. So it meant a lot. So they go to the diner again to meet back up with the reporter, and the reporter's done with these softball questions. And she says, I got to ask you about Game 7. And he looks at her and he says, nope. And he gets up and he walks away. And so Hazel goes over to the reporter, and the reporter's like, I thought that I had this whole thing. And she's like, listen, no, we're not going to do that. Let me go talk to him. And then they have a conversation, and he's like, this was your plan the whole time. You buttered me up. You held my hand. We had kissy time. You did all this just so that I would talk about Game 7 to a reporter. Deuce is wild. I'm out of here.
Deucing out early.
And her best friend also walks in and is like, once again, picking work over people. Once again, color me not shots. So she's mad at her again.
Yeah.
We got it.
So Hazel leaves, and she is very sad. She's crying all over the place. She's having a really tough time about it. And it's at this point that our guy Diego goes, and he's throwing some angry throws, kind of like this, similar. And
not that different.
He comes to realize, you know what? Hazel, I think she's a goodie. She's a good one. She's
from the Midwest.
What do you want? Maybe she wasn't just doing all this stuff. Maybe we actually do have a thing. So he goes and he has a conversation with the reporter anyway. Gives her the whole scoop. Hazel's at her house back in city talking, just being real sad. Jax comes over and is like, hey, did you hear? Did you read the story? Reads the story, is like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Carly comes in.
Carly comes in. Best friend Carly comes in and is like, hey,
Right
guess what? We got to go back to Ohio. It's prom night.
You know what that means?
You know what that means? And so she shows up and she's in her prom gown, dress.
Get up.
Why are you looking like you
I don't
need some
know.
approval to say that word?
Was it considered a
Can
gown?
I say gown?
Can
Can we say gown?
Can I say
Can we
gown?
say it
You
anymore?
can say
I can say gown?
You would say dress.
Dress. Her prom dress gown, and
You still said gown.
dang it, I did it again. Sorry,
get
everybody.
canceled. We're gonna get canceled.
Sorry,
Man.
guys. Don't
Having enough people in gowns.
don't. You can't say that.
And you mentioned his mom being dead.
God.
Anyway, they meet back up at prom and they have some more kissy time. And wouldn't you know it, he ends up going to the Mets, throwing a perfect game.
No-hitter, not a perfect
A no-hitter, throwing a no-hitter, having a wonderful career. And she comes home after a long day at work. They're happy. They're living together. And all is good. And that, my friends, was Hearts in the Game.
We did it.
I can't say sorry enough about the whole
Oh,
gown
try.
thing. That
Yeah,
was
you
on
could
me.
try.
Please don't at me. Let's take
Please
a quick
don't
break.
at him.
Let's take a quick
Show
break.
him some umbrage.
Show me
Yeah,
some
a little
umbrage. I'm
bit
going
of
to take a
umbrage.
quick break. We'll be right back here on Deck the Hallmark.
We made up for it right there.
Yeah, nailed it.
Welcome back to Gowns, Deck the Hallmark.
Oh,
boy.
come on. Egregious G out of the gate.
I saw Egregious G live, by the way.
So good.
Amazing.
Oh, my goodness.
They say Taylor Swift goes for 3 hours.
No,
Egregious
no, no,
G
no.
goes for 4.
Yeah. Man.
Does the whole thing in the water.
The whole
thing in the water.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift just does a little dive thing in water.
no.
They dive
God.
in.
I'm
don't come
sorry.
out.
Yes.
But I can't remember. What was Dan just saying this morning about the Taylor Swift show?
This is
Sounds like it. I've heard it's a heck of a show.
this
I don't
is
know what you
this
want from
is
me.
I quote one heck of a time.
That's not what I said. At
He
all.
said
It's a
Taylor
little out
Swift.
of
The Taylor Swift
context.
show sounds like it's one heck of a time, and
Sounds
he said
like
it.
I
as-
personally, my whole point was I personally don't get it. I never have with Taylor Swift, but people that are excited about it, I'm excited.
Seems
for
like it's
them.
one heck of a. It
Super
seems
And
like it's
so
one
it
heck of
seems
a.
like it's one heck of a show. That's all I'm
It
saying.
seems like it's one heck of a time.
What do you want from me? I'm just
nothing.
trying to help
You're-
other people
you
out
are
here.
s- you are
if
s-
I'm mean, people get mad, and if I'm nice, people get mad.
Yeah, it sounds like one heck of a time.
Yeah.
Sounds like one heck of a time. Hey, speaking of a heck of a time, let's talk about Hearts in the Game.
Let's.
Hearts in the Game, baseball, love, Midwest. Let's break it down with 4 segments. Start with hot take, and I'll start with Brian. Brian, the hot take takers have been a little bit up in your grill recently. Let's see if they can get off your grill today. What do you think about
get
this
off
movie?
my case a little bit here. So finally, we get a nice look inside the PR machine behind Major League Baseball.
Yeah, thank
So
goodness.
Finally,
This is how it works.
there were a few things that I did really enjoy and really liked with this movie. Jax, Donia Cash,
Yes.
I thought was really,
Donia Cash was
really
great.
Really great.
Yeah.
Round of applause, everybody. That's only one. There's another.
We don't. She should get a Decky. Supporting
should
actor award.
100%.
Nominate.
Carried
Yeah, you
every
hear that
scene.
double-deckers?
You hear that double deckers?
Give him a nom.
Yeah. Every
Nom, nom, nom.
nom. Not every scene, but most scenes that they were in were real. I love the idea of what they did when they showed up to Ohio. Immediately, there's obviously a connection with the parents, and that was really funny. Immediately, they're in the gardening. They're watching reality TV. They're doing all this stuff with the family, and I don't think I've really seen. I don't remember something like that. That was a very low key, not even part of the story, just like part of the scene, stuff happening. And I think that's a really funny idea. They just jump right in. And what else are they supposed to do? Like,
Yeah.
Aaron's character is off to kind of PRing and whatnot and having fun times. So I thought that was really cool. That was a good part of it. The repaired friendship storyline was a good addition, I think, to this. 'Cause that's-
Addition. Good addition.
Yeah,
Yes.
addition. You add that right in there. That, I don't know, that's not included a lot in the movies. A broken friendship repaired over time. I thought that was cool.
That was nice.
Yeah. Not so good for me was just baseball.
Yeah. We
And-
can
yeah.
talk about that as much or as little as you would like to.
Yeah, and therell be a lot. So I'm going to save that. A lot of that is
Yeah.
wait, what material. But it was okay. I thought it had heart. They hit on some things that actually had heart. Aaron, listening to Aaron's interview with you guys, you want this to be knock it out of the park, if you will.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Nicely
Thank
done.
you.
Wow.
Nicely
You
done.
want them to, because she is so great, and she is obviously she cares about
You're
everything.
hoping for like a grand slam. is what you'd say.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
A walk off, maybe.
Perfect game.
Perfect game. You know, she cares so much about her work, the people she's working with, the people involved. Like, she just wants a great product, and so it was good that there was heart in this. The baseball stuff was silly. I wanted more. As a baseball fan, it's unfair for me to judge the baseball portion, I feel.
Yeah.
But they did some good things. I thought it was okay. But the baseball stuff just distracted me almost too much to be like, yeah, overall good movie, because too much of it, I was just like, the baseball nerd in me is just kind of. But I good for them for doing a good job getting something on the screen and actually
good job on making a movie, gang.
Well,
you did.
I will say the one thing that is a real feather in their cap is in their ball cap is they put out a baseball movie during baseball season.
That's right.
Which
That's right.
that doesn't always line up in these movies where the
baseball
active
season is like 9 months long, and somehow they can't make
nailed
that window.
January, yeah.
a little early, just a bit outside. So yeah, it was okay for me. It was okay. Fran.
Yeah, I love it. This movie was a home run for me. Home run. I'm saying home run. Amazing. Crushed it. I love it. It's up there for me towards the top of the list of movies that I enjoyed. I thought Aaron was wonderful. I thought the whole cast worked really great together. And it's good to go back to the Midwest. Midwest doesn't get enough love. And they
not
don't,
in these movies for sure.
They don't. The nice thing about this is they play the Midwest like really subtly. Like they don't really drive it home that they're in the Midwest, which is really cool.
Acted by a bunch of people who just aren't from the Midwest at all.
Awesome. Yeah. It's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, I love this movie. I thought it was fantastic. It was the type of Hallmark movie that you put on and you're just having a nice time, and it doesn't feel draggy. It doesn't feel long. And that's all that I could ever hope for with a Hallmark movie, is that I put it on a Saturday night, and next thing you know, it's over. The next one starts up, and you're like, why not? Let's just keep the good vibes going. That's what you want. You don't want to be watching one of these movies and go, I guess I should just watch something else. I guess I should open up another thing. No, when the next one starts up, you want to be like, let's keep these good vibes going. And this was a let's keep these good vibes going type of movie. Brava. Dan? Brava.
This
Dano?
was a let's keep this good vibes going.
Yes.
I will say this.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'll go bad news, good news on this.
Oh, great.
The bad news
Bad news
is the baseball in this movie. The bar is very low. You don't have to do a lot of baseball to make a good baseball movie. You can do. There's a lot about baseball that's very like heartfelt and nostalgic. You don't have to have a lot of baseball scenes, which this movie doesn't. But Nikki DeLoach and Andrew Walker made a baseball movie, Perfect Catch or something like that. I don't know. They did better by the baseball than this movie did. The baseball in this movie is really terrible. Like awful. It doesn't make any sense, and it was very, very distracting for me. Everything else about this movie really works pretty well, though. Like, it's one of the better ones of the year. Good news is that.
Sorry.
It is
Late on that button.
It is definitely, when we do the ranking episodes, I can't think of 3 movies that are better than this one this year. It's definitely in that category for me.
Wrestling bracelet?
Say what?
Wrestling bracelet?
Wrestling bracelet will not make
In
that
the
list. If you
conversation?
can believe
Oh.
it. Yeah,
I'll have my own side bet.
Yeah, this is going to be. I can't wait for the next ranking episode.
No, I'm not going to die on that hill. I know
of course you're not.
I'm the only one.
That's right.
I know I'm the only one.
You're godless. Anyway,
I don't know.
Danya Cash is wonderful. Mm-hmm. In fact, when they disappear for like 30 minutes in the middle of the movie's not as good. Aaron Cahill, great. Marco Grazzini, great. Yeah, and then the complex.
See the guy from Shoot from the Hip?
Shoots from the Hip.
Stars?
No, I believe it was in Little Italy.
Little Italy, right.
Yeah. It was right in front of me is what we're looking for, but it could be Little Italy. And then also, yes, the complex storylines that they have here, instead of like just surface level bad like communication, it's very like friendships that die and that you don't really know why, but you kind of do, and then people go their separate ways. That's really big for Hallmark. A lot of this movie stood out as not a normal Hallmark movie, and we have the two leads spending the night together before they're married, so that's a big deal. Yeah, there's a lot to like here. I would not watch it again, but of the movies of 2023, this one's on up there. I'm interested to see where it falls.
They fell asleep on the couch with no hanky-panky.
They kissed passionately for
no hanky
15 to 20 seconds, and then they both collapsed
down
onto the couch, under the blankets, fast asleep.
Yeah. Fast asleep.
That's how that works.
No hanky, no panky. Let's get to the feels. We were talking about what in this movie gave us feels.
Yeah.
I'll turn it over to Brian.
Thank you. I can't pitch either. So I felt that when he's up there on the mound trying to pitch.
The problem is that he's supposed to be a major league pitcher.
One of the best.
The best.
Yeah, the best.
The best.
Yeah, they've made that clear.
And he's throwing it 5 yards left, 5 yards wide.
High school baseball field.
On a high school baseball field, not from the mound.
No. In jeans.
In jeans and a
varsity
jacket. Yeah.
But I did go to a baseball game this weekend. Sunday night afternoon. Went to a Greenville Drive game.
You went to another one?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a last minute decision.
Yeah.
Popped on
you
over
getting
there.
season ticks?
No, I haven't gotten season ticks. I
do
like
the bundle.
Some.
The bundle.
Yeah,
which
you
is
mentioned
great.
the bundle. We just went for a quick general admission tick, sat up on the grass hill. And so
you guys play the bundle game while you're there?
We do. It's a bundle.
It's
a bundle. That's what it is. A Greenville Drive bundle.
Wow. That'd be a good bundle.
Yeah, it's a lot to do in one
You could do a custom Greenville Drive bundle.
That's right.
You
I bet you could.
But any bundle game can be a custom game.
Customized.
So I got my baseball game fix there for baseball fields, and I actually got a game ball there.
Oh wow, you got a ball!
Catch a little foul?
No, it was when the players warm up before the
Yeah.
inning. They keep tossing. They toss it into the crowd there, and I was sitting on the grass. And I'm not moving 1 inch. And there's like 25 kids with gloves, like screaming at the. It was the Aaron Polinsky is a Yankees left fielder in their farm system.
Yeah.
He gives a couple of these fake tosses, and then he tosses it out in there. And I'm looking at the thing. I'm like, man, that's heading my direction. And then within 3 seconds of catching it, I go, that thing's coming to me. He launched it right at me.
3 seconds after catching it?
No, before I caught it.
You said within 3 seconds of catching it.
Within 3 seconds of catching it. So 3 seconds.
How far away are you from this? So the ball from you had enough time from when the ball was thrown.
In a hang time of over 3 seconds.
Of over 3 seconds.
Yeah,
to see the ball and go, that's coming right towards me.
Yep.
So did you give it to
then
one of the
3 more seconds pass?
Of course not. So, but this is the best part. I'm sitting. Well, I'm with my kids, so it ends happily.
Okay.
I'm sitting on the ground. I'm not moving.
I always throw those balls back. If it's not a game ball, I don't want it. I throw it right back.
I should have. It was a Yankees.
Throw it back. Throw it back.
So he throws it, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh boy, this is coming right at me. And so I just lean like 6 inches to the left, grab the thing without even trying.
Yeah,
and the kids are going
so
nuts.
cool,
they
dude.
surround me. I'm holding it up. Everyone's
They try to
screaming.
lift you up.
Yeah, they
Rudy
try to pick me
style.
up. I'm like, I'm not moving. So the kids they're all screaming they want it. And so I just
You're
handed
the only adult.
No, I handed it to Eth, my oldest.
Okay,
He was next to
okay.
me.
This
So
is a
all the kids
weird
want it. They're
story.
screaming at you. They're trying to rip your clothes off.
So Brian's in a ball pit. There's a bunch of kids around. I'm not a pervert.
A nerd pit.
That's a jingle all the way. Shout out for those of you at home.
So long
There
story
was just
short,
enough Schwarzenegger in there for people to get it. I think.
do the chopper.
Rick,
Hello.
how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I am getting word here on my
Mafia Mama's the best
leg.
movie of the year.
Mafia
Yeah, I've
Mama's the
heard
best
that.
movie of the year.
Yep.
And that you
I've been telling people to call me Mafia Daddy.
and you
That's
do
a
a
good
good
name.
Yeah, right.
and you do a good Schwarzenegger.
Oh, I do a great Arnie.
You do a great Arnie.
Yeah,
Are you gonna
I've
give
done
it to
here
us?
on the program before.
I don't remember this. Can you do this for us?
You don't remember, huh?
No.
You're just wanting it for free, aren't you?
I don't think I've
you
ever
want
heard
it for free.
I don't think
This
I've
is like
ever
the
heard.
4 for 2 all over again. You won't buy one because you want one for free.
I don't buy one because I don't understand it.
You understand it. You
I
get it.
do want.
You get it.
Should buy it anyway.
You can't
Are
get.
you ready?
You
Close
can't
your
just
eyes.
put numbers.
Close your
go
eyes.
ahead.
Close your eyes. So picture 4.
Right. Okay.
For
No, do the Arnie. The Arnie.
Okay. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Everybody, ready? Get to the chopper.
Wow.
Man, it's night and
And
day.
he's not. Arnold's not here.
Arnold's not even here.
It's hard to believe.
That's just Rig out there
Man.
doing his thing. I do a couple other good impressions.
Okay.
Do so.
You got to
Who do you do?
my pants.
All right. I don't understand it, but I like it. Yeah, Seth. What do you need, bud?
You spit it out, Seth. Man, you're just standing there with your
Seth,
eyeballs wide open,
you're
nodding your head back and forth.
You guys need anything?
Okay. Bud, not right now.
You sure you don't need anything?
Bud,
Top off.
we're only in
Top
all the
off
fields.
Coffee. You need anything?
I do need top off.
Actually, I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't
Actually,
mind.
it sounds great.
Thanks, so. I got a feels. Dan, you mentioned friendships, and then how they kind of sometimes they go a separate way. And while I was watching this movie with my best friend Dan, he was like, "Yeah, sometimes I had a friend, and we're not really friends anymore." And I was like, "You don't think that's ever going to happen to us, right?" And he said, "No." And then we held hands. And that was a pretty good moment for me. And then he said the Taylor Swift concert sounds like one heck of a time. And so it was a really great conversation.
I regret to inform the listening public that whole story is true. That whole thing is true.
Whole thing is
Everything,
true.
we held hands.
We held
the whole
hands.
thing.
It was beautiful.
Really happened.
It was a beautiful moment. It was a beautiful
happened.
moment. Aaron can attest. Yes.
Yeah, the only weird part was the left-handed handshake.
Yeah, we did do that. After.
That was
But
weird.
the hand holding was beautiful. The Taylor Swift was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was a good moment.
It was beautiful. All beautiful. One heck of a time. Dan?
So mine was not that. It was wonderful.
Thank
it was wonderful,
you.
Brent.
It was a magical moment.
It actually brought to mind legitimately my high school best friend who we lost touch and didn't hang out for years and years.
Pat Sajak.
And Pat's, I am.
He's doing all right.
Yeah, me and Pat Sajak went to high school together.
The host of Wheel of Fortune.
He's a host of the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you had to explain that to people. That's
He ever let you on?
That's how you know it's a great joke.
No, I don't want people to think that we were talking about another Pat Sajak.
My buddy and I, we've been
we've already said his name, Pat.
That's right, Pat. Yeah, we call him Pat. He lives in Texas now, but we've hung out a couple times whenever he comes back to town, and he listens to the pod occasionally, and it was just nice to see that story because I was best friends with this guy in high school, and then we stopped hanging out for a long time, and it's like, you know what? Yeah. It's nice to know that you can kind of just still have a friendship.
You talk about Pat Sajak like he's not Pat Sajak.
Yeah.
You always act like you try to play it down. Just because he's more successful than you doesn't mean
what this episode doesn't need is a Pat Sajak.
All right, fair. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with the what's here on Deck the Hallmark.
You guys need anything?
Still waiting.
Yeah, top
off.
Please.
Hey guys, welcome back to Deck the Hallmark. Talking about top 5 gowns you can get.
Wow.
Sorry.
Man.
Sorry.
Cut that out.
Sorry.
Gosh.
Different program.
Man. Sure. What program do you do that on?
And basketball?
Is there what?
Guys,
Falling for basketball?
Let's talk about the wait what. So we talk about what in this movie made us go wait what. Brian?
I didn't know they filmed Wheel of Fortune in Texas.
Yes.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Good tax
Half
benefits,
the
I
year.
guess.
Yeah.
Half the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty
Cold
good gig.
season.
That's a good gig. Vasquez
The wheel's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, everything is
Texas,
usually.
that goes.
A little bit of a bigger wheel.
So they said Vasquez threw more no-hitters than anybody ever in history.
That's right.
Which was Nolan Ryan before Vasquez.
The Express, Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
That's right.
So they're saying, Nolan Ryan froze in one moment.
One moment.
And nobody
No
wants to
one
touch
will
him.
touch him. That's right.
Unless there's some good PR.
Unless there's some good press.
Okay.
And only the Mets will touch him.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever.
Oh, boy. I had a good laugh over that
Yeah,
there because the
absurdity of it.
Yeah. I mean, there's another way there's other things you could do besides they went hard on how good he is.
Yes.
That was
then his first game back, he pitches a no-hitter.
Yeah.
Which is unheard of.
Yeah.
You would not even get to stay in that long.
No,
not even close.
No. So
Brand was trying to be like, well, maybe they ramped him up during spring training. I'm like, just not how it goes, Brand.
No.
Maybe they ramped him up in the farm.
Myers? Against the Greenville Drive?
Yeah.
He maybe
And he
threw me a ball.
Threw the ball.
Yeah.
And I taunted all the kids with it. Not one shot of him in baseball pants.
Not one.
Not
one of him playing baseball.
Not even that. Like
they knew that no one on this set had ever seen a baseball, and
Yep.
they stayed away from having
Yep.
an actual baseball scene.
Yeah, I feel
as
like
much as they could.
it was that part. Diana, my wife, pointed that out to me because I was kind of ragging on the amount of baseball. She was making fun of me. She's like, "You just want to see him in those baseball pants," and I'm like, "That's
Not wrong.
That's hilarious."
Not
I'm like,
incorrect.
why didn't we? Because
Shoot
there's
from the hip.
Yeah, there's a great scene where he's.
Well, you don't want to do that 2 movies in a row.
Sorry.
There's a great potential scene where he's pitching and he's doing really good, and she shows up and Tio says, "Hey, he looks really good out there because he's pitching strong." And Aaron Cahill's character was like, yeah, he is. One of those types of things like, yeah, he's looking good, and he's in those baseball pants. But no, they just went jeans and a varsity jacket.
Yeah, weird.
Any baseball would have been.
It would have been nice.
Would have been nice. It would have been nice. Like you said, it doesn't have to be on the field. It could be in the locker room. It could be in just thrown in the bullpen. Like
they
anything.
went above and beyond to show no baseball.
Yes,
I will say it is weird the amount of times you wear baseball pants.
Yeah, Brian is here
weird?
about every other day.
think
You'll
it's
see it
weird?
on the vlog. We did one last week.
We did.
It'll show up.
Yeah, a lot of baseball
so
pants
weird.
from Brian.
It's literally just shots of you wearing your baseball pants.
They're comfy.
Yeah.
You try it for a week. So they sort of remedied this near the end, but there was a long time where nobody recognized him in that town.
Yes. They tried to have him sign one autograph and do a selfie.
Yeah.
He is he's the best pitcher
in baseball.
In his hometown.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
No. His name's on the field.
His
the baseball field.
On the field, nobody cares.
Well, two people, because the attendant, the security guard recognized.
That's right. And then he signs one autograph.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, that's not going to really happen. And I'm not hitting a pro pitcher ever. Ever. I could swing 1,000 times. I don't think either. I don't think we could ever. The guy, I was at the game.
He's only throwing fastballs.
Yeah.
And you could time it up after 20 or 30.
Sure,
you could make contact.
Maybe follow it off, but still,
Aaron Cahill just jacks one straight over the left field wall out there.
Gonzo. Not even like a warm up. I'm like
Deadpool hitter.
And Diana was like, I mean, maybe, if you're warming up, and I'm like, and we were at the game the other night. I'm like, are you kidding? Look at this guy. He's throwing 93. You're not touching that.
Yeah. No way.
And then having cute fun time.
But also, I want to be clear, he's not even on the mound. He's throwing the ball to her from 40 feet away. That ball's coming in way faster than a major league fastball.
So I don't want to even try that. You know when I especially don't want to try that? When he's been pounding brewskis at a house party with his bros.
And the last time he was on a mound, he was 5 foot wide of the plate.
Yes.
Yeah. Not ideal.
That was it seemed a little dangerous. And my last two are really big ones for me. So why isn't he training at all? Like, he's trying to get back on a team. Presumably it's in the season. Like, I'm assuming that it's April. It's now-ish in the movie, right? Like, baseball season's going on. Teams are looking for players. Like, he should be talking to his agent every day.
Man.
He should be throwing every day. He should not be eating at a diner and drinking and doing all the other
mushroom pizza.
Yes, all the other stuff he's doing. Like, no training at all, like, whatsoever. And then Kaylee, the best friend, wrote a bestseller.
Carly, I believe.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, Carly. Sorry about that.
K-A-R-L-E.
Carly.
Yeah, you, Carly. She wrote a bestseller in months. Did I miss that? Was it
what?
The end of the movie? She had a bestseller, right? Like a best-selling book.
And that
was Being a Mom. I think I forget. Do you remember, Aaron, the cover of that book? No,
it could have been anybody though. Didn't necessarily need to be her.
I spent most of the end of the movie trying to figure out if her apartment was in the hometown or in the city.
That's true.
Yeah, I was curious about that too. Yeah, but I feel like at the end she had a bestseller on her hands, and it was her best friend from Ohio, and the timeline on that just didn't seem appropriate.
Fair enough.
Yeah, more than fair.
So they're in the Midwest, which is super cool, and I love that. At one point, somebody.
Wait a minute, the Midwest?
Yes.
Wow.
It's the reporter, Hazel, and Jax. They're hanging out, and maybe the reporter. One of them says, "I love us Midwesterns. We always end up in the city." Which I don't understand what it means, but I also love that about Midwesterners, how they always end up in the city.
That's the first time you've said it right, Midwesterners. You've said Midwesterns 3 times, and
Midwesterns.
it sounds really derogatory.
Okay, fair enough.
Get out of here, you Midwestern.
Speaking of derogatory, this is how I have this written down, but I do want to...
gown, am I right?
Oh, man.
I do want to explain. This is how I have it written down. The 4-boy with only 2 things filled. Here's what I mean by that. No.
Okay.
They go to the party at iCarly's house, and there's one of those platters with 4 squares where you can fill it with a sundry assortment of things. Dan, I don't need it. And they have 2 of the squares filled with the same
like umbrage per se.
They have 2 of the squares filled with the same things, and 2 squares completely empty, and they're monsters for this. That's not how it's supposed to just fill. Even if you don't have enough, just fill up all 4.
A sundry of assortment.
Having a sundry assortment, just fill the thing up. No one else? Just me? Okay.
Maybe somebody had been munching away.
And they only ate out of 2 of them?
Yeah.
Guys, avoid two of them at all costs. I did get a kick out of the fact that now that they're back together, they only wear their high school garbs.
That's it.
It's like, we're only wearing our high school shirts and our jackets for now on, now that we're back together. And all I could think about was me trying to fit into my high school stuff. Good luck. I get back together with my high school sweetheart who doesn't exist. And I'm like, let's wear our high school stuff. That's the end of that relationship. They're like, deuces, we've made a mistake. Last but not least, we did Aaron to Aaron's point about the living arrangement. She goes back to City.
She does go back.
She goes back to City at the end of this movie.
And Carly goes with her.
And she's crying.
Yeah.
She's having a time. Then Carly comes in and it's like, we're going back to Ohio, little lady. She lives in Ohio. Carly has a family in Ohio. Did Carly come all the way to City to just be like, hey, we gotta go back because prom's coming?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, is that what happened?
That's how
I guess, but they acted like she'd been there. Like she went back with her for a few days.
Here's something that comes to my mind.
Really?
Wait, what?
I thought you were surprised she was there.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there. But she was definitely back in City, and Carly doesn't live in City. She lives in the Midwest.
That's right.
She did not end up in the city, even though that's what Midwesterners
And someone
do.
in the chat is saying, yes, she just came all the way back.
She came all the way back there just for that. Good.
Could have called.
Good.
Maybe
Could have called.
phone
Could have
call.
called. Could have texted. She listened, but she wasn't answering. She was a little. She was taking a.
She was
taking an electronic cleanse.
Her phone was off all day.
So Carly, because her friend's phone was off, said, couldn't she just call Jax and say, hey, Jax, you're in City too?
When Jax walked in the room, Jax said, you picked quite a day to
she did.
turn off your phone.
I just think just call Jax and say, hey, Jax, go over there. And Jax is like, I'm already on my way because I'm already going. Dano?
Yeah. So they meet in a diner and an ice cream spot, and both of those two places, everyone in them has taken a vow of silence because you never hear anyone else in either of those places. More so than any other Hallmark movie ever. You usually have like a server or someone who's saying something or making a noise. It is absolute silence in both places. Weird editing.
It's very good food.
The food's amazing. No one can talk at all. His mom passed away when he was in high school.
Don't talk about that.
Sorry. In fact, actually, now that you say that, I think I'm going to save that one for What the Hallmark anyway.
Nice.
We see her getting dressed up for one of Carly's parties.
She's putting on a gown?
It's not a gown. It's a pink dress.
Oh.
She's got her makeup on. Her mom's like, I love the dress. You're going to one of Carly's parties. She's like, which lipstick should I choose? And they talk a little bit. And the next scene, Diego is picking her up, and she's in a completely different outfit.
Yeah.
No gown.
Not in the dress,
Yeah.
just in a zip-up hoodie and some pants. Like, what?
Looks great.
It
Great
looks great,
ensemble.
but what in the
Yeah.
world happened?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. Did I miss something here?
Like, was there like a back-to-back party, like 2 nights in a row that we missed? I
What
didn't understand that at all.
Midwesterners do.
I would submit to you that while it is possible, the number of people that graduated in 2005 and the number of the people that loved I Saw the Sign by Ace of Base in high school aren't many of the same people. It was really weird to me that they were like, this is my jam. And that was probably the jam that was more close to their actual age than their character high school age. I'm just saying. Like, that song came out almost 15 years before their characters graduated high school. Didn't make a lot of sense
That
to me.
song came out the year I was born.
Yeah, 92.
For those of you playing at
That's
home.
what we were looking for. He asked the security guard who catches him.
Saw the sun.
Yep.
Opened up my eyes, I saw the sun.
They're breaking into the baseball field, and the security guard comes over. He's like, you don't have to break in. You can just get in right over there. And he's like, can I have a selfie? And then Diego is about to take the picture, and Diego goes, tag me in this. He doesn't have social media. They've said from the beginning he doesn't have social media. What is he talking about?
Yeah.
How's
He's
he
a
going to
new
tag
Still
him?
likes the tags, though. It makes
How?
He wants to be tagged.
He
Like,
wants
you know,
to be tagged. Even
he wants
though
to
he
be
doesn't have
tagged.
the ability to see that.
Dude, it's something he says knowing he doesn't have social media just to send people on a rabbit trail.
I mean, they're just like, where is he? Yeah, I do have 2 more. One is okay, so they kiss very passionately and they wake up together the next morning. We're not here to insinuate anything happened there. But after that happens, she gets up and goes into the bedroom and packs up the whole room, puts boxes together, packing tape. I don't even ever use packing tape. It's not quiet. My man is sleeping like a log. He has not, like, it is 10 feet from him. He does not wake up, and she gets the whole room packed. How long was he asleep? How did he sleep through all that? That's unbelievable.
He pitched almost a full game the night before.
Just out on the field.
Yeah.
Just throwing BP out there.
It's exhausting.
And then lastly, while I love the idea that he had a panic attack because he saw a mom in the stands and it was the anniversary of his mom's death, and that's like a real meaningful.
Love that.
I don't love that it happened. I love it was a plot point.
You loved it.
Yeah, I love it, of course. And like, I love that they use that because it's a lot more meaningful. The fact that no one put together this information is astounding to me. I mean, fans are crazy.
Yeah.
You have the most famous pitcher in the major leagues.
Nolan Ryan.
And on the anniversary of his mom's death, someone out there is putting that information together.
Yeah, the in-game commentator would say it. Know it.
Yes, the guy who's
on the
calling
anniversary
the game.
of his mother's death.
really something that he's pitching on today of all days.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like this is not some big mystery. It's pretty straightforward. That's all I got.
Let's get to the what hallmarks where we wonder what could have been. Maybe having some clear questions we still have. Brian.
Yeah. Mine, I actually already kind of touched on it, and it's not that great of a one, but I'm sticking with it. It's when are we? Like, is the baseball season going on? Is it supposed to mirror time now? Because was it off season? Because if he wasn't training a lot,
it would be cold. I thought I gathered that it was February, March.
Yeah, early
spring training. Pitchers and catchers have reported, but he doesn't have a home yet.
Yeah, I just couldn't because in my mind that was a distraction to me because I'm like, if it's off season, if it's December, January, like before spring training, it makes more sense that he's not doing so much. If it is spring training time, he should be walking around in his baseball pants like I do, getting ready every single day.
Right. Of course.
So I just want to
blizzard in hand.
Yeah, tip like this, showing everybody. You tip it upside down. I
Don't
just
act
want
like
to know.
You knew that. Don't act like you knew that, Brian.
Now I know.
Now you know it. All right, so it is possible that they said this in the transitional period between prom night and the end of the movie. But when she gets home, she's on the phone and she's holding her phone with her left hand, and on her ring finger is a rock, a giant ring. Are they engaged? I don't feel like they touch on it. It's just kind of like a subtle, hey, we're living here in my place. I also have this giant ring on my finger. It was a very subtle way to end this movie that they're still together. Possibly, this wasn't like a fast forward 1 year, best-selling author, we're married, we're having child. It was, let's just throw a rock on her finger at the end of the movie. Did I read it right? Are they engaged?
I took
Are they engaged?
Yeah.
Dano?
Yeah, so this guy's mom passed away in high school.
Shut.
Gown.
Did it.
And this is still
Did we have to
house.
say gown a certain number of times and I didn't know about it?
We're operating.
We're in deep with big gown.
Big gown. There's nothing we can do.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. This is the house he grew up in. Yeah. His mom's been dead since high school. Who has been living there?
Tio.
The uncle has been living
Well, he
there.
said he's been taking care of it. I don't know if that means he's living.
So if they just kept a house together for 20 years that no one lives in because he don't want to pack up one room?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a rich baseball player.
I know. You know? So, well, my question was either if Tio's living there, he didn't buy him, he didn't upgrade the house at all.
That's what
he's made millions of dollars, or no one's living there, and now it's just weird.
It is. Yeah.
It's just very, very weird. That's not something that people that aren't serial killers do. That's a weird situation.
So you think he's a serial killer?
Maybe he is one.
Wow.
I don't know.
If he were practicing training for the season more, we wouldn't suspect that.
That's right. But the fact that he's not. Yeah.
We do get one scene where he's pitching, though, and he's, very angry at the time. So you got to be in the right headspace. Yeah. We did, everybody. Congratulations. Another great episode of the show.
Gowns.
But let's find out if it can get even better. It's time for the double decker of the week. It's where we do the deep dive into double deckers. Go ahead, Panda. Come on in, bud. Oh boy, it's great to be back. Another week already.
Back again.
Panda, it's great to see you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
How's everything going?
Oh man, guys, I've just been thinking, praying, wishing.
You been in the war room?
Oh yeah. Guys, listen, war never stops, and so me praying on my knees doesn't either.
So if war were to end, you would stop praying.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, good.
Wow.
All right.
Do you only
Now praying war doesn't end?
do you only pray about war?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's fair. Do we have a clip? We don't. Dan,
Dan, who do we have today for our double decker of the week?
we have, friend of the show, Jordan Rossi.
Oh, Jordan.
She's been to Bramble Fest. We also met her at Rama Drama. Her husband, Tyler, the firefighter. You remember these guys. Come on.
Absolutely.
Jordan Rossi, the best there is.
Oh,
I know you're getting up there, but your memory's not that bad, right?
Oh, no. You can't
Like
ever forget it.
Fort
It's
Knox.
Rock solid is the way I like to say it.
Rock
You
solid.
give it one click over, we're good to go.
Yeah, we're good. And lock that bad boy into place.
Prayer for no war. Here we go. Up and in.
Amen.
Jordan, who do we have today?
No, Panda.
Panda, who do we have today?
Jordan
Panda,
Rossi.
what's Jordan up to?
Jordan is, can I say crushing it?
He's crushing it. She's crushing it.
She's merging her two biggest passions.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. She's crushing it.
That was good.
She's merging her two passions.
Two passions.
Sushi.
Sushi. Yeah.
And polishing shoes.
Weird. Okay.
Now you would think
I don't
want to.
I don't want to yuck someone's
It's
yums.
Sushine. It's Sushine. That's what it is. Right?
No, it's sushi.
Okay. Why wouldn't it be Sushine? Yeah. Sushi, and it's one word, and it has shine in it. Polishing shoes, just say shoes.
Yeah, at that point, the
Sushi.
polishing has nothing.
Has nothing to
but
do
again,
with it.
this
It's
is her.
not, it's already an established business.
Okay,
There's
you
nothing we can do
You
about
go and you get a shoe shine while eating sushi.
Oh, I see. So it's called sushi.
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 Tell me, shushi or shushi?
Sushi.
Shushi.
Sushi.
Shushi.
Sushi.
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 She's crushing it.
So you go, you eat sushi, you get your shoes shined.
So
Yeah.
they're shining the shoes under the table while I'm enjoying some nigiri
Fresh.
at the raw bar.
Fresh. Right
Wow.
there. It's
I got to be honest.
Not bad.
This is maybe the best business idea any double decker has ever had.
Yeah.
I would, if it's not just shining, if someone would clean my shoes while I eat sushi, that is maybe the height of luxury.
agreed.
I
Let's
think the
talk
name should be
price here.
Sushine.
Let's
but-
talk price here. We're already talking
Yeah.
about a pricey food that for a lot of
But it
people.
can't be more than an added surcharge of $10.
Yeah,
what are we
exactly.
talking
You're
here?
just. I mean, it's not that, guys. This is one of the best businesses. I said it. Dan said it. I said it. We all said it. We're all in
haven't
agreement
said
here.
it yet.
No,
I
what
haven't
I
said
said
it
was
yet.
this is the best double decker business idea I've ever heard.
One of the
You
best
said,
businesses
guys, this
of all
is
time.
one of the best businesses. That's what you said.
I don't know what to tell you.
Can I ask you one more financial?
Oh, yeah.
question? Do you have to double tip?
Yes.
Okay.
Is
You
that?
got a double tip.
Yeah, and it's
The same person is not cleaning your shoes that's making your sushi. Please, no. Don't ruin this. It's a great idea. Don't tell me they're handling raw
In
fish.
this economy-
Handling the shoe. Don't do it. Don't give me the in this economy. Don't do it.
It's a both and.
Oh, no. I'm out. I'm out. Just like that, I'm out on sushi. Have you ever thought, man, I'd love some raw fish and clean shoes, but at the same time, have I got a place for you? Is it sushi? It is not. Sushi. Sushi. At sushi, you can eat the finest quality fish, while the person that handles that fish also handles your shoes. Sushi. Will your shoes feel nice and clean?
Sushi.
Will they look nice and clean?
Yeah.
Will they smell like raw fish?
Yeah.
If you answered yes to all three of these questions, you work for me. And
Yeah.
also, come on down to sushi and get your shoe shines of good fish.
Sushi. All right, back to you, boys.
All right.
Thanks, Panda.
Yeah, that was great.
All
Seth,
right.
see him out, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
You
thanks,
guys
Seth.
need anything?
We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Until then, with the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. Is produced by Aaron Shea. What? For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.